record this. All right, so hello everyone and welcome to the first nutrition call of this challenge, and welcome to NXPT. For those of you who are just joining, welcome to the first fitness results challenge. These are really fun, and so I know that you guys are going to have a good time. So my name is Andrea Givens and I'm a fellow NXPT member, and I'm also a registered dietitian, and I'm also have my master's degree in exercise physiology. So outside of the gym, I do work as a dietitian and physiologist, and then I love NXPT. I've been going to NXPT now for it'll be 4 years, and it's the best gym ever. I've made a ton of friends. Dan and Hannibal are awesome, and these challenges are really fun. So I'm glad that everyone is joining us for the challenges. Okay, so how these calls are going to work is it's just going to be about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm recording them so you can watch the replay if there's anything that you didn't catch, or for other people that you know that are in the challenge and they didn't get to see it live, they can go back and replay. And you guys are more than welcome to turn your video on, or you can keep it off. You can unmute your mic and ask questions. And then I also have the chat box pulled up. So if you have nutrition questions that you would want to get answered, put them in the chat box. You can do that, now if you already have something that's on your mind, or just as I'm talking, you can ask questions. My email is also listed in the email that Dan sent out. If you have additional questions, feel free to email me, and I will get back to you. So what I was going to do tonight is I was going to kind of go over your scan results and kind of how to use those and how to kind of set the stage for what can be accomplished in this challenge. So I'm going to share my screen. So you guys can, if you have your scan results, you can like follow along, or I'm just going to show mine so you can kind of look, and then you can go back and you can use yours after seeing what I have. Okay, so your scan, these are really great to do, and I encourage everybody to make sure that you scan now at the beginning of the challenge and then scan at the end. Even if something happens, just scan again, because I've been doing this now for like 4 years, and it's just so nice to have all these data points. And it's just good information to have to let you know if you're going in the right direction or if you need to make some sort of change. So first thing is, when you do your scans before and after, try to make sure that you're controlling everything that you can control. So any differences that we might see from the scan are true differences and not just changes because one was in the morning and one was in the afternoon. So, and there are changes within the day like that. So make sure if you got your pre-scan in the morning, when you go back, make sure it's exactly the same. Try to have, fasted in the morning if possible, or whatever you did, just try to make it the same so that you're actually seeing real change from pre to post. So when you look at your scan, the first thing that most people are going to look straight for is body fat percentage. And I understand that's something that we can all kind of comprehend and wrap our head around, but I'm going to kind of dive into all these numbers and show you that there are other numbers on here that are just not, if not more important than body fat percentage. So if you're looking at this on your phone, you might need to click around a little bit to expand to be able to see all this stuff. I'm obviously looking at it from my laptop, so I can just see more of it, and I can see this graph here. So body fat percentage. So nobody can have zero body fat. No human can have zero body fat. That's not compatible with life. All of us have body fat, and there's an essential amount of body fat. And then above and beyond that, there are healthy, normal levels of fat tissue that we all have. So for females, for women, normal healthy body fat percentage is up to 30%. So you can see mine is right there, right around 30%. And for males, for men, it's up to 25% is totally normal, healthy body fat. Another metric you can look at is your waist circumference. And your waist circumference for women should be less than 35 inches, and for men, it should be less than 40 inches. So that's another metric besides body fat that you can look at, and you can look at the change from now at the beginning of the challenge to once the challenge is over. Our body weight doesn't really give us very much information. We care more about what the weight is comprised of, what the body composition is. So again, I just mentioned that body fat percentage, most people look straight to that. So I just wanted to give you kind of a context and frame of reference that for women, up to 30% is totally normal. For men, up to 25% is totally normal. And if you log in on a computer, laptop, desktop, you can see this graph and it kind of shows you like where you are at compared to others and what puts you in like a lean category, average, or room for improvement. And then moving down here, then it breaks up your body weight into how many pounds of fat tissue do you have and how many pounds of everything else. So your lean mass is your muscle, your skeleton, and body water. So lean mass, I think, is the most important number on this screen. And because if you don't use it, you lose it. And as we age, especially after the age of 40, every year we start to lose a little bit of muscle mass, and that rate increases as we get even older than that. So it's super important. So my personal goal for myself is to have a good amount of muscle mass and to maintain that as I get older. And the way to do that is, number one, going to the gym, strength training, resistance training. Hopefully everyone's coming to boot camp, using weights, progressively increasing the weights, challenging yourself, because that is going to build muscle. And then after I go through the scan, I will give you some, obviously, nutrition tips to support your muscle mass. But I just want everyone to pay attention to their lean mass and really keep an eye on that. And as you get these scans over time, you want that number to either stay the same, maybe go up a little bit, but definitely not decrease a lot. Okay, and then the next thing that you are going to want to find is under the fitness level tab, you're going to find what's called your basal metabolic rate, abbreviated BMR. And so basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that your body needs at rest just to be alive. So everything in our body costs energy, and the energy that our body uses is calories. So for our heart to pump blood, for our lungs to breathe air and exchange oxygen, for our brain to send, for our nerves to send signals, for every metabolic process in our body, all of that costs energy. And so the basal metabolic rate is just the baseline amount of calories that your body needs just to be alive and breathing every day. So what that means is that you would never, ever want to eat less than this amount of calories for a sustained amount of time, because your body, what would happen is your body would then lower your basal metabolic rate and burn less calories every day just to be able to sustain and do all the activities outside of just living and breathing and being alive. So basal metabolic rate is super important. You never want to be eating less than this on a regular basis. I cringe when I see women trying to eat 1,200 calories or less. I would say that no female out there, unless you have a very small stature, should be eating that little amount of food. So food is our body's fuel, and you definitely need it when you're going to the gym to support your workout. If you're eating surrounding your workout, that's going to make you fitter, faster. It's going to enable you to go harder in your workout. It's going to enable you to build and maintain more muscle, and we want all of that. So from your basal metabolic rate number, what you're going to do with that is you are going to take the Calorie Calculator worksheet. Let me just make sure that I'm still sharing the right screen. Okay, yeah. This calorie calculator worksheet was in the email from Dan. You can also download it if you sign in to the website under the nutrition tab. There's a bunch of resources there. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this calorie estimator worksheet, and it's simple math. I promise you, it's super easy. I'm going to walk through it right now and use myself as an example. And you can do this with your own numbers. And I promise the math is easy. If you need help, reach out to me. I can certainly help you. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your basal or your resting, you'll hear those words used interchangeably, your RMR or your BMR, you're going to take that number. So for me, that was 1440. If you do not have your scan, what you can do for just a simple, quick and dirty estimation is you can just multiply your body weight in pounds by 10, and that will give you a rough estimate. So my weight was 154. So if I times that by 10, that would give me 1540, which is 100 calories more than what the BMR is. So it's not going to be the exact same, but it's going to be pretty close. So either take your BMR or your RMR if you measured that from your scan. If you didn't, you can just use the estimator, multiply your body weight in pounds by 10. Then what you're going to do is you are going to select a daily activity level. Now, this can certainly change. Sometimes you are, depending on what your job is, you can have different activity levels from day to day. So feel free to calculate a couple of these to give yourself a range for days that you're less active or days that you are more active. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your resting metabolic rate. So for me, that was 1440. And I'm going to choose an activity level, and I'm going to add that to my BMR. So this is just for activity outside of living and breathing. Myself right now, after COVID, I have been working from home and my activity level has gone down. So I'm going to use 20%. Most days outside the gym, I'm just working at a desk. So I'm going to take 1440 and see what 20% of that is. That's 288. So I'm going to add that to 1440, and that gives me 1728 calories. So again, just find your RMR or BMR and then multiply it by an activity level, and that will give you the number, and then we're going to add your exercise. So then for days that you are exercising, if you have a fitness watch, a wearable device that estimates calories from exercise, you can use that as like a ballpark. Those aren't super accurate, but it'll be close. So mine, I usually burn around 400 calories in a 1 hour NX or 45-minute NXPT class. So I'm going to add to my number that I got from step 2, I'm going to add 400, and that puts me at 2128. So just around 2100 calories. So for me to maintain my current body weight, I need to eat 2100 calories a day. If I wanted to lose weight, then I would subtract 10 to 20% of that, and that would be my calorie goal. If I wanted to gain weight, I would add 10 to 20% to that number, and that would be my calorie goal for the day. So you can go through this calorie worksheet on your own. I promise you can do it, but if you need help, you can reach out to me. And then from there, I recommend that people eat at least like 3 meals a day. You probably need 1, maybe more snacks to kind of bridge the time between eating, and eating within like a 10-hour window. So you can then split your kind of meals up, and it's important to have probably the most nutrition surrounding the most active time of day for you. So if the most active time of your day is when you're going to NXPT, you want to have nutrition, like most of your nutrition, your bigger meals surrounding your workout, because it's going to give you the energy to do the workout, and then it's going to help you recover afterwards. And then further away from exercise, or further you are away from the most active part of your day, your meals can be smaller, or at least the carbohydrate portion of your meal can be smaller. Protein, you always want to have protein and some sort of color, so fruits or vegetables. with meals that are further out from exercise. But again, like on the most foundational level, I know we eat for a variety of reasons, but on the most foundational level, food is fuel. So making sure that you are fueling up and then refueling surrounding exercise. And then from the further out, then you can reduce your portion sizes. You can do that by using smaller plates. You can do that by adding more vegetables, having less of the carbohydrate portion. You can do that a variety of ways. So after you calculate your calorie needs, then you can use, there's free apps. There's a ton of them. I'm most familiar with MyFitnessPal. So I'll show you that and make sure that that screen is showing. Okay, cool. So MyFitnessPal is a free app, and you can use it on your phone. There's tons of other ones out there. There's Lose It, there's Chronometer. There's just a lot of apps. So whichever one you want to use is totally fine. And you are going to log your food. Now, this is a little tedious up front, but once you put in your foods, it kind of learns, and you can pull from previously used foods. And some of these apps have like a barcode scanner where you can just scan the barcode on your food and it will automatically upload, or you can just search. So you can log your food, and so that can kind of give you an idea of what is in food, how many calories, how many grams of protein, all of that. And you can put your calorie goal in there. So mine is right at 2,200. That's to maintain my current weight. And then you can change the amount of meals and you can rename them. So I work out in the morning. So my pre and post workout food, I just have labeled as like fuel up and then recover. So normally before workout, I have like coffee and then maybe something small, something with carbs. And then afterwards, I usually have protein in a smoothie. And then I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I have snacks in between that. So you can set up your meals. You can call them meal one, meal two, whatever you want to do, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You can label them, lunch one, lunch two, whatever you want to do. And then you're going to track your food, and it will show you a breakdown of calories, carbs, fat, protein for each of the meals. So that is kind of where to get started with your scan and what to do with that basal metabolic rate number and kind of where to get started. Okay, Leilani, thanks for that reminder. That is very true. I remember that they did that. So Leilani is pointing out that MyFitnessPal put the barcode scanner behind their paywall. And so that's now a premium feature that you have to pay for the app. And so if you're just looking for a free app and you don't want to pay for the barcode scanner, because that does cut down on a lot of time if you can just scan your barcode. Lose It is another app that is the same thing that has the barcode scanner for free. So thank you for reminder. They're very similar. And Chronometer. Okay, cool. All right, you guys are tracking experts, it sounds like already. So we have a couple minutes left for questions. What questions do you guys have for me right off the bat? What are your hot burning nutrition questions that you're wondering? Anything you want clarified over the scan information that I went over, let me know. And thanks for joining. I know it's a holiday today, so I appreciate everybody showing up. We'll get this challenge started. You guys also have access, I think Dan put a bunch of previous challenge recordings in the email too, if you want to kind of peruse through those. Okay. My expenditure is much higher than my calculator estimates. Should I be worried? Anar, that's probably because you're working out for like 8 hours a day. Give me some numbers and I can answer that further. Okay. Maria, what can you do for late night cravings? Oh, this is a great question, and this is really common. And so the place to start is with the morning time. So the most common thing I see is that people, especially women, are not eating enough protein early in the day, or they're under eating, and then at night your body is just asking for food, and that comes through as you're interpreting that as cravings. But if you try to increase your protein in the morning, so if you're having like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, making sure with your breakfast, if you're having, snacks and lunch, making sure that you're having a good protein source, whether that's chicken, turkey, fish, again, Greek yogurt, anything with a good amount of protein. Make sure that you're getting enough protein early in the day. Fat, healthy fat is another thing, like peanut butter, avocado, any type of nuts or seeds with whatever you're eating. If you have a good source of protein and a good source of healthy fat earlier in the day, we see less hunger and cravings at night. So try that. Meal plan services. Yeah, so the one I believe that delivers to La Mesa, the name is escaping me right now, but there is, I have to ask, Ashley would know the name of that. Jose, I will have to get back to you on that. The name of the meal prep company is I'm totally blanking, the one that we've had in the La Mesa gym before. You work out at 5:30 a.m., you don't eat dinner until 6:30, not sure how you can meet the 10-hour window. So that happens to me a lot of the time too, and it's not that big of a deal. I just wouldn't push like more than 12 or 14 hours. So that's totally fine. Just make sure that you're getting in a good some sort of recovery nutrition and a good breakfast after your workout. And then your dinner all the way 12 hours later, doesn't need to be super large. Okay, BMR is 1550, body fat percentage is 15, weight, daily intake is close to 4,000 calories. Yeah, because what is your exercise calorie burn? Okay, and then eating before your workout, protein shake right after. If you can have your protein shake in the car, so that's a really good question, is on should you have your recovery nutrition an hour and a half later. If you can have it in the car, that would be better. Your body's most receptive to nutrition intervention right after you exercise. So our heart rate is up, our blood flow is increased, blood flow to the muscle. So your body is ready to deliver those nutrients. Your absorption in your gut is increased. So your body is just like most receptive to nutrition, like right after you work out. If it's possible to bring your shake with you and then drink it in the car afterwards, when I have had to go straight to work, I've brought my smoothie into the gym and I just put it in the refrigerator, like where they sell the Celsius drinks. I just put it in the fridge during the workout and then I drink it right after. So you can do that too. The Happy Kitchen. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Thank you, Kim. Awesome. Okay, Anar, do you know how many calories you're burning with all of your working out all day, every day? Yeah. Yeah, do you have a wearable device? You and I will have to talk, Anar, because also we need to know what your goals are. They're not like super 100%, but they would give you like some sort of estimation on like a day to day, like more, less, that kind of thing. And you can always look at trends with those numbers. Eating before your workout. Leilani, are you the 5:30 a.m.? Yep, exerciser. You can eat a little something. It just depends. That's something that varies from person to person. You can get away with like a fasted workout in the morning, since it's only 45 minutes. If you are really trying to push it in the gym and have big goals and are wanting to change your body composition, adding a little something before your workout, like half a banana or those like Nature's Bakery, like those fig bars, just like one of those or like half of the package, or like one rice cake or something just really small to get your body. You can even, if you're making your smoothie or your protein shake to have afterwards, you can have a few sips of it before. That is going to send a message to your body that it is like it's primed to work out, it's topping off your energy tank, and going to help you already kind of start the recovery process. So you can try it out. All right, you guys, you're awesome. Great questions. We will continue talking about another nutrition topic next week. Every week, I'm going to have just kind of a different topic to go off of, and then you guys bring your questions because this is for you. So I want you to get out of this what you want. So thanks for joining, and I'll see everybody in the gym. Have a good night.